flare cannon, I take it you also need a charm. Which I have. And I noticed that Wixie didn't exactly move around very much. I wonder if the flare cannon's behavior is the same. So I've got its charm here. FL, here we go. So how exactly... It doesn't really say necessarily how I'm supposed to use use the Wixie charm on a cauldron, but does the flare cannon charm have a similar requirement? Well, regardless, I'm gonna see what it does if I just... yeah, here we go. Alright. Oh lord, this one does move around. I can get it to stay still for long enough. Oh, well that worked anyway. And I've unlocked him as a familiar. That was easy. Ish. Now the rest of these, though, I have to find them out in the wild. They are there. You just gotta look in the right places. So what I'm going to do is go to where I think... Actually, no. I got an even better idea than that. It seems that in the Archwood Forest, you can find... well... I found a siren and a Drigme there. I'm wondering if there are other familiars, like the Wordless Brig, for example. And if I can find all of them... If I can find them all in that forest, then I'll be able to complete this lickety-split, you know? And here we have the Drigme. Looks sort of like a moose or something. Can I capture this thing? Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to have to put it in a sort of an arena so that it can't actually escape while I'm running the binding ritual. Let me see. I had to be playing in such a tiny space, but... Anyway, I'll put the brazier here. There we go. Okay. And then we run the ritual. And there you have it. A bound Drigme script. Let me see if I can transplant... Yeah, here we go. A siren. There weren't any in their usual location where I'd found them last. I had a starbuncle nearby that ran away before I had a chance to capture it, but since I left the brazier burning nearby this pool, What I'm gonna do is make a smaller version of it. Let me just get a bucket. There. And now I'll just put this map down here. And that should capture the siren. There we go. Never thought I'd find one of them before any of the others, especially the starbuckles. They're here. You can find them here and there. Problem is getting one to stay still. Heads-up display shows that there's one nearby, or that there was one nearby anyway. I can't find it, but there's another one around here. They're like teeny tiny. Yeah, there it is. Problem is it's too busy running around. I have to anticipate where it goes, which I can't exactly do. Unless I could see it a bit more clearly, like here, for instance. I tried capturing one with the mob imprisonment tool and it didn't work. I suppose, however, that I were to anticipate where it would... Nah. Oh, wait. Hopefully it isn't too far away. Okay, yeah, it ran too far off for me to get it, but there is another way of doing this. And that's to go somewhere where there are a lot of starbuckles at once. I ran across one of these places. Something I can pin down where it was. I don't think of it, I got an even better idea than that. Yeah, if I have the charm, then I don't need to go around hunting these. Because I had a domesticated one right there. And for the last one, it's the Whirly Sprig, but I'm going to have to go back home anyway. Get a binding tablet. Well, I didn't know I didn't know that charms worked that way, to be honest. So I'll see you back there. So there is a way to get a Whirlisprig. I couldn't find one in the wild, and you can't just use the charm to summon them, but there's still this thing, the Altar of Birthing. Assuming my aim's correct. Ah, and there it is. Now I can just capture it in here. Put it in this area here. Those things tend to fly around a bit. Start the ritual. Release the Whirlisprig, and there we go. And let's see, what did I get for rewards here? This gives you scavenger stuff. This gives you farmer stuff. This gives you miner stuff. I'll claim all that off screen. And then I suppose it's off to another dungeon. But I have a couple of options. This one seems to be right nearby. That's weird. So I guess I can check up on it, and if it's a new dungeon, I'll show it. But if it's not, there is another option, another direction I can take. Well, I checked that map, and disappointingly enough, it led to somewhere where I've already been. So I went looking for the Shiraz Palace again. This, of course, is not it. It's much too small. But I ran into it by accident. It's a dungeon from a completely different mod, which I don't think we've seen before. When I stumbled across this, you know, those messages you get when you finish challenges, those came up. What was that? Okay, clearly somebody doesn't want me messing around with the walls. Otherwise, there wouldn't be any mining fatigue. I mean, mining fatigue, ooh, look out, is usually what you end up with if you hang around those ocean dungeons. Now what's this here? I don't know, I wouldn't exactly call it that good. Now this place I think is some kind of a labyrinth. I've yet to see anything. Oh, what have we here? Well, I'm hoping that works to neutralize it. Last thing I want is something from another mod dropping in on me. But whatever this is, it seems to be a combination of certain other mods. What's this here? I found this mighty maze on my travels. I barely got out alive. This is by far the hardest dungeon I have ever come across. I suspect the treasure hidden at the end will be ever so worth it. If you're reading this, don't go in. Where's the next page? But if you do, look for 5 levers hidden within the first level. Once you flick them all, a door will open. There also seems to be a curse protecting these ruins. Maybe it'll lift when you complete the labyrinth. Good luck, signed Salazar, Adventurer and Dungeon Buster Extraordinaire. Note from Crazen, I try my best to prevent cheating, but if something goes wrong and you can cheat, please don't. Getting the end loot early game would really screw up the game's progression. Thank you for playing and best of luck. Well, I'll take that, thank you. If anything, it's a good souvenir, but that curse, I'm guessing, is the mining fatigue. But whoever wrote this must not have factored in... Okay, I heard that. Whoever wrote this must not have factored in the possibility of other mods. Okay, it's abundantly clear what I have to do. Drop down there and aim for what I hope is enough water to cushion my fall. Regardless, I have reason to believe that this is not going to be an easy fight. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. So I'm gonna use my super suit. And yes, I did lose track of where my nature's compass was. Another thing I ought to do first is make some more torches. And put this away. And put this away too. Riveting, I know. Now I'll just stow my old armor back here. Want to make room. Well, I was hoping to have a more controlled descent, but Geronimo anyway. Oh, I can hear them coming already. Since I am not exactly allowed to take spawners out, I suppose the best I can do would be to neutralize them. Putting a torch nearby to make it too bright for them to, let me see, hand on the wall time? Perhaps. Or maybe what I ought to do is, oh, I forget what that method of solving mazes is, where you block off bits of it as you encounter dead ends. This thing I have never seen before. You know, all in all, it was good being paranoid. Point if I forget what you would call this, but I did set the my weapon's power level to its maximum. This uses quark. Oh, and I'm down a couple of levels. Hello, what's this? How'd that thing go exactly? Five levers. I think I've thrown 2 of them. But at the same time, or maybe this is just the first, and the one at the bottom was to, the one at the top of this was to open things up a little. Or rather, permit me access to the maze. how this ranks compared to the apiary. I just can't help wondering this. Okay, where... What are the point? What was that? Problem is I have no idea where, when I'm being hit by something and when I'm not. I think they're tripping this stuff by themselves. Alright. Disk fragment. I want to just dispose of some of this. Like that. Maybe if I cut the spawners off, then... Oh snap, here we go. Okay, that was a monster box from Quark, in case anybody forgot. Whether or not it belongs in this particular mod, in this particular dungeon, I really can't say. Don't have any room to shoot stuff in. Have I not been yet? Here, maybe? Oh, brother. I must have been getting hit by stuff all the time and not knowing it. As if to put the icing on the cake, there's some kind of flame thingy that I don't recognize. Oh my goodness, what's this? I'm wondering if my shoes are actually fireproof or not. Oh, and there's a what remains of... Is there a one of those levers around? Oh, wait. Found it. Okay, kind of to shoot somebody when you can't exactly see them. Now, if I can just make some room in here for these things. You don't think strays and hot magma blocks mix, do you? But this is some good loot, relatively. All this stuff is golden, and I can make a flint and steel anywhere, but I appreciate the principle. Oh, and yeah, and look what all that walking on hot magma did to my energy levels here. Hello. What? I guess I can't open that thing. And here we have... Well, I'm not sure. It looks like... create stuff? I don't know, I suppose I could run through it, but I'm not exactly sure whether... I don't know. It's a little too risky. Did I miss this one? What the...